Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jen, and in this video I'm going to be having another stab at watercolors, which I need a lot of practice on. So that's what I'm doing in this one. That's what I've been doing the last couple weeks actually. But I think I'm getting somewhere because I'm actually pretty happy with the way this turns out. So this is actually 100% cotton paper. It's Canson something, I don't really know, but it's 100% cotton, that's all I remember. And I forgot actually how much I prefer cotton paper over cellulose paper or 50-50 split or any other paper, or, you know, for watercolors. It's hard to describe if you've never used cotton over whatever, and it just reacts better to... The paints react better, even though these are just like student grade paints, which is fine. And I'm not getting any different ones until I get a lot more practice down. But it just reacts differently to the paper, and I love it. And the gradations and all this stuff, I just love it. But like I said, I'm not getting better paints at the moment until I get a lot more practice in. But I thought, let's stick with birds. I draw birds a lot. I think I'm pretty good at it personally. This isn't the best bird I've ever done, but it's better than the last watercolor I did, because it's been a long time since I picked up paints, watercolor, and seriously tried to create something that looked sort of what I was trying to create. You know, it doesn't look like a blob on the paper, and this doesn't in the end. But so this is just a generic paintbrush. It's a graduate paintbrush. I have one watercolor brush, and I've got a calligraphy brush up on the shelf, which maybe I'll use next because I've never actually used it. No, maybe I'll do that now. Sorry, I'm just looking at that. Not that you can see that because I don't have a side camera. Even though I did think I found a camera, or hubby thought he found a camera today in a box, and he did. It's so old it's not working. So no side cameras or visual, you know, at the moment. But in the future, you know, I'll maybe get one. Not at the moment though. People can see how gray my hair is. No, or maybe by then I'll dye it pink again. But anyway, so talk about the art, Jen. So yeah, so I decided this is a Peregrine Falcon. Yeah, the photo was taken at the Deer Center in Fife, is it? I don't know. We went there. I got some tickets on like Groupon or something like that, and so it was like a bird thing. You could fly a bird, and then hold a bunch of birds, which is what we did, or I did. Hubby didn't care. He took a lot of photos and stuff, and I took some photos, but he took a lot of photos because reference photos. So, which is why take advantage of things like that if you want to take animals and stuff. Zoos help too. You know, not everybody's gonna have a bird in their backyard, and I understand that. But I took this opportunity to get some more bird photos, which is what I did. And like I said, this is just a bunch of different grays. I thought to keep the color scheme simple. That might actually help with what I'm trying to do, because I wanted a very kind of loose piece. Maybe I went a little bit too tight in the end. It is still loose looking, but I could have even been loose. I could have just left it as it was, but it needed a bit more like tonal values on it, because it was a bit too one tone. But I mean, I actually prefer it when it was wet. But you know, I mean, I could spray the paper with something, I guess. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to wreck it. I actually quite like it. I have a bunch of frames. Maybe I'll put it on the wall for the moment. But yeah, and I'm holding the pen. It's a brush with like, I don't have as much of a death grip on it as I normally do, which is, I guess, is kind of helping. It's just let the water go where it's gonna go. But yeah, unlike with paints, like, you know, acrylics and oils and stuff, they stay pretty much where you put them, so, but yeah, and I have nothing really to talk about. I'm rambling, but that's okay. But yeah, so this is just, I don't think this is Payne's, actually it could be Payne's Gray mixed with, I don't know what blue that is. It's some kind of dark blue. I'm not very good at that, remembering the colors, because there's no... I mean, I could take the little pans out, but I haven't. You can see my messy palette. I don't clean my palettes. I should. I really don't. Even my paint, like acrylic and oil, they're just like caked paint, which is fine. You know, life is too short to clean palettes. It really is. And I think I maybe went a little bit too blue here, which dries things feel a lot darker. It doesn't dry as blue as it looks on the screen, at least when I'm looking at it. It had a bit of lighter gray to his front chest area, which is more white with a bit of brown, a bit of black grayish speckles on it and stuff like that. And this is it dried. You can see how lighter it looks, but that's okay. I just keep adding layers on top of it, and like I said, it's okay. And the little pot of water is collapsible. It's quite, takes up less space, and hubby's using the other one because I've got two. He's using the other one as a dog dish at the moment. It's handy. Take it up on the hill, and he, it collapses and stick it in a pocket or a bag, and it's handy. The dog drinks out of it, so it's clean. Don't worry. But if she'll go up on the hill, even though trying to get her home today wasn't not happening, but that's okay. She's 11. She can, do whatever. But he was like, yeah, I still have another of them. Do you have another one of them? I'm like, yeah, why? Can I take it for the dog? Yeah, sure. It's a good idea, actually. Didn't think about it. I'm not using it. I don't need to. I don't do, like, plein air painting and stuff, so... Because I can't be lugging all this stuff up to the hill, which would be actually, would actually be really a good place to... As long as it's not windy. Because if it gets really windy up there sometimes, and things would just blow away, and... No, that's not, it just, all the paints and paper would just, even an easel would blow down. It gets really windy up here, but, which is why things go flying through the air sometimes, but that's okay. Well, it is, except when, you hear a bang and you're like, okay, what tree broke now? But, I am rambling, nothing new there. But yeah, so like I said, I'm just layering at least I think the reason this one actually turned out better than the last one was because I'm adding more light layers on it. So well, obviously watercolor, you layer it, but because I'm not rushing it and making it too dark all at once, I'm having a better time at judging how dark to make things. I mean, this took me a couple hours, I think it took me a couple hours, And this is one of the main big mistakes I actually made. I should have put the yellow around the eye and the beak, like the nostril part, down first, is what I should have done. But, because obviously it's above his beak, but it would be underneath his, eye feathers and stuff like that. So, I should have done that first, but I didn't. And live and learn, and I'll know for next time. Hopefully. If I remember, I probably will completely forget, but that's okay. And it didn't get fucked up too much. It worked out in the end. It really did. But, yeah, it kind of, like I said, I wish I had done the yellow down first. And done the eye. Usually when I do an animal piece, like any kind of wildlife, I do the eyes first, because if I don't want to mess up the eye if I get everything else finished, because then I've got to redo the whole thing. If I mess up the eye and I've just started it, then I just redo and start the eye. I don't have to restart the whole piece. So it's kind of like, I mean, other people do work differently. There's not one way to do things. It's whatever works best for you, really. But for me, eye first usually. But for this, for some reason, I didn't. So you get this creepy looking bird. It's like staring into your soul kind of thing. But yeah, still slowly building up layers. I added a bit of brown, very light brown, just to give an idea of kind of feathers to it. And I could have went a bit darker in some spots, but I wanted to keep it as light as I thought, and that it could still work, and darken up the bit of the beak a little bit, and maybe make that a little bit dark. And I'm not really sure, actually. I don't think I did. And then just add a bit more blue. It's just a lot of repeating itself. But yeah. And like I said, I'm going to try to get some more cotton paper. I still have some, but when I run out of that, I'll get some more different types to try out and stuff to see which one I like best. This thing is not, I think, I'm looking at it, actually touching it at the moment. I think it is. It's not hot press. I know that. It's got a bit of texture to it. But anyway, this is it finished. I'm actually quite happy with the way it looked. Some parts could be a little bit darker, but I didn't want to go too dark because then I just ruined the whole thing, and I didn't want to do that. And like I said, the yellow parts, that's the only parts I'm kind of about. Next time I'll try to remember to do them first. If I do any more, actually I will be doing more birds because I like doing them, so I might as well paint what I like. And next, I think it's a digital piece I think I'm doing. I've started, I think. I'm not really sure. Hopefully. Maybe.